welcome back to another brand new Star Stable video. Today, this is pretty important things to consider before tomorrow's update. By the way, if you have not already watched my how to prepare for this update video, definitely go do that. It will be linked in the description down below so you can prepare and get the best money's worth out of this update. What is this floating thing doing here? What? Oh, never mind. Okay, it's attached. It's attached. All right, anyways, again with the bangs, you know it. You know it. But anyways, girls, sit down. Today we have something super exciting to go over. Before we get into the video though, I do want to say go check out my 1000 star coin code giveaway, which is currently open for a chance to win a free 1000 star coins code, and my 500 star coins code giveaway. Since it is the holiday season, I will have so much more giveaways on my channel, lifetime star rider, 10k star coin codes, so make sure you have notifications on for all of that. And without any further ado, let's get into the video and what I want to talk about today. So basically, Star Stable posted this a while back to their little news segment blog post. That's what this is called. So with the blog post, they released a little bit on what we can look forward to with the upcoming Winter Festival this year, and there is going to be so much more content than the previous years. Like there's full new forms of gameplay, so you already know. Let's get into it and kind of read through this. But it looks like this year is going to be a lot more intensive gameplay, not just the same, oh, here's a new race, let's go, winter. It's going to actually have new gameplay alongside that, which I definitely want to focus on to prepare ourselves for a lot more grinding, especially grinding when it comes down to it. I'm guessing like the Hollow Woods update where you have to kind of like, get those fireflies, girl. You are gonna have to get those snowflakes now. So here's what it said over on the blog post. So this was by Anne and also Emma, who are lead writers and junior designers. Hello dear Norwegian equestrians, Anne and Em here to drop some behind the scenes info about Winter Festival 2020. Anyways, moving on. For many years, the brief for the Winter Festival has been that it should feel magical but be grounded in realism. I know, you probably already assumed this year due to the completely believable Yeti quest and all the people riding around on backs of wild animals last year. This year, however, we decided to lean into magic, the kind of magic that transforms places, experiences, and maybe even creatures. We hope you find it enchanting. And then they also post a little revamped race picture. Here's what it looks like, and as you can see, it looks like a whole brand new race, whole brand new graphics, designs for what it is going to look like and feel like for winter this year. Not the area in itself. Basically, that's the same because it was just revamped like 1 or 2 years ago, but the content and the gameplay content they are focusing on, like, more like focused. As you see, we have lots of like ice crystals. And then we also have a brand new game design for what the race is going to look like. Another focus this year was replayability. So that's where the grinding comes into effect, like where you have to keep logging on, keep getting free items, free pets, free... probably not horses, but free codes. We're going to be getting a lot of that this year. Rather than putting all our eggs in a single quest chain basket, we aimed to build the Winter Festival using a handful of smaller, but just as magical building blocks. Not only does this make for a safer and smoother development, it gives you a larger variety of content. Tying all of the magical activities together is the narrative of helping dear Fumble restore the magic to the Winter Crystal, which he totally had no part in breaking, by the way, at all. So it looks like we are going to be getting a quest line where we help revamp the Winter Crystal, get back that magic there. But it also looks like the questline is not going to be straightforward this year. It's going to be more of like, keep coming back to the game content, something that you can really play through and keep playing through instead of just like, log on, do the quest, boom, bye, like I'm done with the winter update. So that is pretty exciting. A few of these gameplay activities are inspired by the backstories of our beautiful magical horses. This is unusual because as the horses rotate, related gameplay could be rendered irrelevant. To mitigate this problem, we ensured that the gameplay met other themes, such as winter activities and magical activities. So it will always be relevant for the Winter Village. As the weeks progress, more magical creatures and more activities will appear in the village, and as you move through the winter magic progression for some epic rewards, the village will look more magical too. The team implemented a system of tools such as filters and material and mesh changes that will be triggered as you work to restore the magic to the village. These changes will impact the environment and feeling in the area. Wait, that's actually so cool. So the more you progress and actually play through the Winter Village this year, it will actually impact how you see the game, and not everyone's gonna see the game in the same way this year. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I wonder how they're going to do that. Honestly, I wonder, you know those quests at the beginning of the game where you have to pick specific like flowers, or like Mrs. Holdsworth's like bring me some dandelions. I wonder if the ones you picked have like forever impacted your game. So now your game is like 1% different than everyone else's because you chose like a dandelion that was north instead of south. I keep wondering about that. Maybe not, but it makes my game feel more special. And then also, the new activities are going to trigger changes in Winter Village to make it more realistic, like you're actually restoring the magic, actually restoring winter this year. So that is super cool. Whether you pop by for a quick visit or a 5-hour winter magic collection-a-thon, we are collecting winter magic. That is what it's called this year, not snowflake tokens. Winter tokens, not winter tokens, but does make sense. We hope that you enjoy the activities this year. Before we sign off, we want to thank all of our team members who created the gameplay, environmental art assets, creatures and features, and the technical tools that make this game work. And lastly, the most important part of this entire video possibly is this screenshot. Now, they did mention before, we are going to be collecting winter magic, and they said 5-hour winter magic collectathon. So again, it looks like it is going to be you just collecting these snowflakes. I'm not too sure, but the green arrows kind of remind me of like them falling from the sky. So maybe they're going to fall from the sky. It definitely looks like somewhere in Winter Village. So I'm guessing you will have to be in Winter Village instead of tornadoes. I don't even know if they're going to add back the tornadoes this year, because the tornadoes were specifically for like I keep calling them snowflake tokens, winter tokens, but that was specifically for the winter tokens gameplay and how you actually play through that. You would like wait on the hour, go to the tornado location, and you know, play through the update, which by the way, they were thinking of taking that out for Halloween, and they didn't because they wanted to focus on the Hollow Woods update instead. So maybe now that the Hollow Woods update is like out and finished, they got oh, another thing I want to mention. Okay, my train of thought is all over the place right now. But maybe, since they finished Hollow Woods, they could focus more on the seasonal updates and adding more gameplay there. But what it looks like this winter magic collectathon thing is going to be, it already reminds me of the Hollow Woods collecting the lights and fireflies. So I feel like we are going to get some of that same gameplay there. And Star Stable also released an article. I was not even going to talk about this, but it makes sense. Hear me out. Okay, so this is what they said in the newest article update. Now, this will tie back to Winter Village, so stay tuned, but I want to tell you this. We are thrilled so many of you have enjoyed the Hollow Woods experience so far. We did, however, notice that some gameplay was being ignored in favor of other gameplay. Wisp and glyph puzzles were being ignored for much more lucrative rune carving. We are happy you enjoyed the rune carving, but we want the other options to feel rewarding too. For this, we increased the rewards for wisps and dramatically increased the rewards for glyph puzzles. We also reduced the cost to unlock the first few upgrades and made it cheaper to unlock wisp and rune carving gameplay. Our original goal was to give players some long-term goals that they could spend the next few weeks working on. We were really surprised to see that the initial cost of our upgrades were so low that so many of you could finish the whole thing in just a few days. To accommodate the increased rewards for glyphs and wisps, we decided to increase the prices according to collection rates. We are continuing to listen to feedback and maybe further balancing changes over the coming weeks. Rune carving got a fix to reduce exploitation, but in doing so we accidentally overturned the fix, so now it's really hard to find them. We will be making an update soon to increase the spawn rate of rune carving. Thank you for the ongoing feedback and for playing Hollow Woods. Game Master B. Alright, so you might be wondering, Sharky, what does Hollowoods update have to do with the Winter Village update? Now, they did mention some very specific things in this article. By the way, it's still important, you know, they kind of told the behind the scenes, which I am happy about, in their changes with the increased prices, why they did that, everything like that. I am happy they said that, but that is not what I want to talk about today. So what they said is, original goal was to give players some long-term goals they could spend the next few weeks working on. So I definitely feel like these changes and like the data they collected, like, oh, players, you know, play through and collect these lights very quickly. So I think we're going to see that resembled in the winter update when it comes to collecting the winter magic. Made it more expensive, and they kind of know how fast players can finish these updates now, and we see that reflected in the more expensive costs, so players can play the game more often, you know, keep grinding at Hollowoods, get the lights, everything like that. I feel like this is going to directly impact the collection process of the new winter magic, and I think that they saw how much players were spending time on the game for Hollowoods, so they made it, I feel like it's going to be pretty expensive for the Winter Village, and also it's still going to be collecting. I feel like that same gameplay is going to be there, but it might be pretty expensive to the point where you have to spend a couple weeks, or as they said before, 5 hours on collecting it, but at the same time not so expensive where, like, if you don't log in every day, you're not going to be able to finish the updates. I feel like with the data they collected from the Hollowoods update and the changes that they put into the game already, when it came to the Hollowoods collection system, they are mirroring that data in the Winter Village update that we are going to be getting and the Winter Festival. So that is just my opinion, and definitely think that if we are going to be getting some sort of collection system, they kind of changed the prices already in the back end, so we're not going to have to worry about increased prices because we saw that with the Hollowoods updates. But it is definitely going to be something where you can actually play through, can actually keep logging on to play Winter Village, and a brand new form of gameplay for Winter Village. And I keep saying Winter Village because I just remember it as that and not the Winter Festival, but technically it is the Winter Festival this year. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this and this brand new form of gameplay we are going to be getting. It might not be collecting, you might have to like watch snowflakes fall from the sky or something, maybe a little bit different in terms of gameplay there. But I definitely do think that they are going to put something to incentivize players to log in more, keep playing through the update more, and spend 5 hours on the game for, and definitely a bunch of free items as compensation. So let me know what you guys think. But there's going to be brand new forms of gameplay this year, and alongside that, a lot more grinding and logging on that you are going to have to do. As always, I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned as I will have so many helpful guides, tips and tricks, everything like that on my channel. So as always, I hope you have a great day, and also go check out my giveaways. Bye bye!